Got her response.
Instruction, go!
Yeah, give me a chance. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but Welcome to the celebration of the 35th anniversary of our nation's independence. At this point in time, I would like to invite Her Honor, the Deputy Governor General of Niévès, Mrs. Hailita Liebert, MH, to approach the podium for our awards presentation. This year, the Nevis Island Administration is pleased to announce in the area of construction, awardee Mr. Urban Jones and Mr. Ralph Otley. Accepting the award on behalf of Mr. Urban Jones will be his son. Mr. Ralph Otley. In the area of entrepreneurship, Mr. Claude Nisbet and Mr. Aldane Claxton. Mr. Claude Nisbet. Mr. Aldane Claxton. Mrs. Siobhan Claxton will accept on his behalf. In the area of marine industry, Mr. D. Alistair Paris. For music, Miss Joya Clark. In the field of nursing, Nurse Ermin Hendrickson. In the area of religion, Pastor Eric Maynard. And finally, in the area of sports, Mr. Vincent Maynard. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point in the program, we invite the Honorable Mark A.G. Brantley, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Aviation, and the Premier of Niévès, to address the gathering.
My fellow citizens and residents, today is truly a day that the Lord hath made. Let us together rejoice and be glad in it. My heart is full today as I stand here to make brief remarks on the occasion of our 35th anniversary of independence in the presence of our beloved Deputy Governor General, Her Honor, Mrs. Hailita Liebert and Mr. Liebert, our resident judge, various dignitaries, armed and uninformed bodies, school children, citizens and residents of this beautiful island of Niévès. My heart is full because I have seen our past as a nation and I have a vision of our future. I have seen the challenges and the path we have traveled. I have experienced the joys of our triumphs and suffered the agony of our defeats. This island of Niévès, as a constituent element of the Federation of Saint-Kitts and Nevis, holds considerable promise. Those who are here and those who are watching and listening, each has within you the power to be an agent for positive change in our island and in our country. I say to you today that these 3 decades and 5 years must be our catalyst to work harder, work smarter, work more closely together to achieve the greatness of our promise. We must be more patriotic and love our country more. By this I do not mean simply waving the flag or wearing national colors or singing our national anthem, important as these symbols may be. No, our patriotism must mean far more. It must mean loving our country every day, not just on Independence Day. Patriots do not litter. Patriots do not rob and steal. Patriots do not kill or seek to do harm to their fellow man. Patriots do not seek to destroy, but rather seek to build up. Patriots give an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. Patriots support their children and their families. Patriots celebrate the achievements of each other and encourage each other to be the best that he or she can be. Patriots ensure that communities are safe. Patriots protect the image and good name of their country. I have come to understand that there is great power in our words. I have come to know that those of us entrusted to lead must demonstrate true leadership. True leadership is that leadership that not only trumpets itself in good times, but also stands up and be counted in times of adversity. We who are entrusted to help shape the next 35 years must insist that our countrymen do the right thing. We must insist that our people take personal responsibility and understand that their choices in life have consequences. We must share each other's pain and celebrate each other's glory. We must strive each and every day to achieve the oneness of purpose that is the only effective engine to drive our island and our nation forward. We must be fearless in standing for what is right, even when inconvenient to do so. This Niévès and this nation of Saint-Kitts and Nevis that we love has risen meteorically over the past 35 years. I, however, say to you today that you have not seen anything yet. The promise of this island and this nation is the peace, progress, and prosperity that so many have talked about, but is yet to be fully realized. And so today, I call on each and every boy and girl. I call on each and every man and woman. I call on every citizen and every resident. I issue a clarion call to duty in service of your island and your country. Let us today pledge each to one another that we will work hand in hand, CCM, NRP, Labour, PAM, and PLP, Jews and Gentiles, haves and have-nots, to achieve one Nevis and one federation. Let us today pledge to put aside petty differences and join hands and hearts together for the advancement of our beloved island and nation. My simple message then is one of hope, which realizes the promise of our island and our nation. Hope that we can work together. Hope that we can achieve together. Hope that our next 35 years will be far greater than our last 35 years. In this hope, let us cling to Jehovah God. Let us rely on him rather than on our own understanding. Let us together humble ourselves and seek his grace and his mercy that endureth forever. It was the ancient prophet Jeremiah who reminds us at Jeremiah 29 and verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." My brothers and sisters, let us on this, our Independence Day, remember this promise that God himself made to his children. A promise of hope, a promise of prosperity, a promise of a brighter future. I wish you a happy independence and God's richest blessings. Thank you.
No, 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 no. Boom. I'm so proud to be a citizen of this land, my blessed nation. Together we stand, so make me tell you about Saint-Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road near Manifidi, like Valencia said. Now sell out me country, yeah. No people balling for the hills, them and the valleys and the trees, but we have them in abundance, Lord. The Rasta man they on the beach, climbing up the jelly tree. One for you and one for me, so we could have cool, you know, under a little vibes. Carry like the fire, bubble up the rise. We full of pride and we realize. So don't this, so don't this, so make me tell you about Saint-Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road near Manifidi, like Valencia said. Now sell out me country, yeah. I am a product of the island. Wouldn't change if you know what I know. The girls them pretty like the pussy and a flower them. You get a fatty edge, your back make you not tough again. Kim Talents put way and the map and now we boss again. The MVP I say balance and now we up again. Whether you black or brown, SKN man proud, so just sing it loud with me, yeah, yeah. We coulda have 1 cent in the bank, man still I give thanks. Saint-Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on a ramp road near Manifidi, like Valencia said. Now sell out me country, yeah. I am a product of the island.
This morning it gives me great pleasure to be here. A day on which we celebrate our independence. We have a brief ceremony this morning, and in the interest of time, we'll move quickly and call to the podium to make brief remarks Superintendent of Police, Mr. Lyndon David.
This morning it gives me great pleasure to say a few words to the citizens of our federation, and in particular, the citizens of Niévès. This morning we had our Independence Parade, and I do believe that we had a very good parade. I will give you a little surprise later, having said what I have to say. Our theme speaks to love, service, patriotism, and pride, and it says Independence 35. In this current time of our federation's history, we have seen where crime has increased, and in particular, we have a serious concern regarding homicides. Apart from homicides, we realize we have gang activities, and it has certainly created some concerns for us here in the Federation, and I'm now speaking also for us here in Niévès. The Royal Saint-Christophe and Nevis Police Force have implemented a number of initiatives in order for us to make our island, and by extension our Federation, much safer. However, with love, service, pride, and patriotism, I do believe that once we are committed to these 4 words, indeed we will be successful. So, I just want to encourage each and every one of us, in particular parents, speak to our children, let them know that we are loving them. Let them know that we are giving good service to them. Let them know that we want them to be patriots, just like we are. And if we are not patriots, we are working on it. And then, take pride in yourselves first. Then take pride in your country. But most of all, I want to say, let us love God first. And once we love God, all these 4 words will definitely come to fruition. Now, before I leave, I want to say something to you that, Your Honor, I know I did not tell you, nor my senior officers, But I decided this year that we're going to look at our parade. Having looked at our parade, we will decide of the armed units and the armed units, which one really looked outstanding. I had my judges, and my judges have made a decision, and the judge's decision certainly will be final. So, I am pleased to say to you that for the armed units, we had the best on parade, number 2 platoon, comprising of the cadets. Let's just give them a nice round of applause. Let us give them a nice round of applause. And then for the unarmed unit, and I think that this one was the largest one I saw on parade. So for the unarmed unit, for the best unarmed unit on parade was the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders. Let us give them a nice round of applause. I do hope that going forward, that this is something that we can do. Like I said earlier, love, service, patriotism, and pride, indeed. Once we ensure that we recognize our personnel on parade, we will see better and better performances. Now, please join me with a toast to our Federation. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Cheers.
Thank you, Superintendent David. And I want to say congratulations to the cadets, the Cadet Corps, and also the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders. Now at this point, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the microphone the Honorable Premier of Nevis, Mr. Mark Brantley, to make brief remarks. Welcome him as he comes, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have already heard me at the park. And there is yet another speech playing on radio and television, so you don't need to hear much from me, other than to say happy independence, happy 35th anniversary of independence. It's a wonderful milestone for all of us. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you who came out today, each and every one of you who participated in the parade. I want to thank the commanding officers here in Niévès. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that they did a splendid job, particularly our children who stood out there in the rain and continued that parade. I think that they deserve a round of applause. It falls to me, therefore, because the emphasis for this year is brief, simply to ask you to raise your glasses as we toast the Federation of Saint-Kitts and Nevis. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. At this point, I am pleased to welcome to the microphone, for the first time, Her Honor Deputy Governor General for Nevis, Mrs. Hailita Liebert. Give her a round of applause as she comes, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Please permit me to adopt the protocol that you have established, but I cannot but recognize our distinguished Premier, Honorable Mark Brantley, and Mrs. Brantley. Today is a day of rejoicing, and it is a day of beginnings. It is a day of celebration. It's a day of celebration of 35 years of independence. But it is a celebration of life. Everyone here is alive. Is that all right? And we have to just bless God for all of his blessings. He has given us so much in life. and especially this Federation of Saint-Kitts and Nevis. It's one of the most beautiful. We have so many talented people living here, and there is the opportunity for development in every area. I take this opportunity, therefore, especially to encourage our young ones, and you know there is where my heart is, to just do the right thing. We speak about love and service, patriotism, and pride. And I like to emphasize pride, because if we have pride in ourselves and in what we do, nobody will have any problem. God loves us and He shows us how to love. So following His example, we can't go wrong. We are just blessed by all of the persons from long ago who have paved the way for us and brought us to this place. And we just commend them. It is our task to take our country forward, and we better do it right. So with God's help, we move forward from this time to love one another, to serve one another, to have pride in ourselves and in what we do, how we act, how we treat others. And I am sure the future will look good. So today, I want to commend very highly all the persons who participated in the parade. It was excellent. I want to say special thanks to those who organized everything in the background, because so many things had to be done to prepare for today. We sometimes forget those hard-working people in the background. Please give them a round of applause, everybody. We are very grateful for today, and we are grateful to God. We place our hands in His, and we move forward. Our country is great. Therefore, it is with great pride that I raise a toast to our country. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! God bless us all.